Hello everyone, we are here with the potentially the final match, or the final match between these two players, being the grand finals of the Flashlight 4K tournament. So we're going to have andreymc versus TingMomentum, and commentating we have me, Potassium F, with Surf Chew, who has just woken up.
4 a.m. commentary, let's go.
We've got some pretty epic time zones here. We got 4 a.m. and 7 a.m. commentary.
So yeah, if you just hear us snore in commentary, we're probably actually asleep. So I hope both of these players don't give us a reason to actually fall asleep.
Yeah, no, the match is going to be too exciting to sleep, right? We
Hopefully.
have so andreymc obviously has been kind of crushing it through the winners bracket, and basically the outcomes of this match are going to be if andreymc wins now, then he is the winner of the tournament. But if TingMomentum wins, he'll have to win a second match that will be played right after. So Ting needs to win twice, coming from the losers bracket, in order to win the tournament. So this could very well be quite a long stream. And as to who it really favors, it's kind of it's kind of hard to bet against Andre with how well he's been performing, especially in the later rounds. Like with the more physical like Rice aspects and the LNs as well. Actually, Andre kind of performs exceptionally, even with the flashlight, right?
Yeah.
So even though his reading is kind of being messed up quite a lot by the flashlight, the scores are still pretty incredible.
He's been just way too consistent in this tournament. Like, it's not really super obvious with the very high scores of the, if we're looking at the leaderboards, but he's doing enough to actually win in quite an emphatic fashion throughout the tournament.
Yeah. Although that said, I think Ting has also been getting progressively like better as the tournament has progressed as well. Like with the more difficult Rice parts, and some of the Rice maps he's had some pretty insane scores on, and has
Freaking
managed to like FC a lot of maps as well.
Toki 1.1 FC, 98% literally in the losers bracket finals yesterday.
Yeah, it was 98% FC on Toki 1.1.
RIP Arcats left,
Left nut.
yeah.
Yeah, so this is just the first warm-up. I'm not sure whose it is, but actually it's exactly even. Wait,
Oh,
1,700, 600
10,000.
points. 600 points, actually. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. This is a little bit
Okay.
close. These players are a little bit even. The accuracy is I'll probably give a slight accuracy edge in most cases to Andre, but Ting has been pretty good at keeping combo.
Okay, I think that is Andre's warm up because Ting is actually using his warm up from the losers final.
Right. Oh yeah, this is what Ting used yesterday as well, yeah.
And let us say this warm up is just super brutal. So I think we'll see who's more physically inclined between these two actually.
Yeah, and that'll definitely be a good indicator of the actual maps as well, because we did see some struggles like physically with some of the Rice picks yesterday as well. And of course, another advantage we have, Andre knows the scores that Ting got yesterday against Ledge in the losers final.
Yeah.
But Ting is going in like kind of blind with this map pool. Yeah, so Ting's gonna need to be pretty good with with the guesses, right? With the predictions on what what kind of scores Andre gets. But there's definitely some maps that I think I would even give the advantage over to Ting. We saw, like, I'm sure we'll see later in the picks and bans and stuff, but Ting's give it to them score was kind of insane.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Was it like only 2 misses or something
No, it was an FC.
yesterday? Oh, it was an FC. Okay.
FC, it was like 980k FC.
All right, right.
On like a 4-minute jack map, that's really, really impressive, especially like they were already in semifinals, people struggling to FC the jacks.
Yeah, Ting has been super consistent on anything accuracy based. Well, I mean the jack chart is definitely not just super straightforward accuracy, but
Yeah.
that FC was like, what the heck were you doing yesterday?
Yeah, we'll see how the players actually do on this. So far, not too. I mean, both players are still holding the combo pretty well, actually. But a little bit of like an accuracy lead we're seeing for Andre. Just a small one. And I can't really remember the specifics of what this map had, actually. But I remember it was really hard.
Like, it was like around the second half, I think it just goes full on with like difficult stuff like that, and then just more stamina.
But when Ting's combo actually giving the edge a little bit, and maybe we'll see this become a bit of a pattern, like Ting managing to keep the combo a little bit longer than Andre, but Andre with the better accuracy and overall a little bit more comfort with these high-end rice patterns.
I'm not sure, but I think Ting is just checking whether he could actually probably gun for the harder picks in the pool with this.
Yeah, that could be the case, definitely.
Like, I want to see gas play between these two.
That very well might be picked. If anyone's gonna pick it, it being one of the harder maps in the pool, would be Andre, I would have to assume. Because
yeah,
Andre's more likely to pick the harder maps, I feel like. Because those ones, he could really flex his, just like, overall skill of the game, right?
Yeah.
But the easier maps, the maps that Ting feels more comfortable in, I think Ting definitely has the advantage in some of them. Just with the better, like, kind of overall consistency, I feel like, with Flashlight has been on Ting's side for most of the tournament.
Personally, I'm looking at, like, possibly Ting going for the ledge strategy, going like how Ledge did it yesterday, but minus the possible misses. Like, he's going for probably the long note. Yeah. Possibly going for the long notes and hybrid.
I feel like is extremely risky in this matchup. I mean, we're seeing some of it now, actually. But both players are pretty capable in the long notes. Actually, this map is really close. Like, there was a bit of an accuracy advantage for Andre earlier, but Ting has kind of made back the gap a little bit, and also has a little bit of that combo edge.
How guys even covering this quad stream?
This actually might, like, Ting might actually win this map.
Yeah.
That was not looking like it was going to happen earlier in the map, but wow. Managing to hold the 1,000 combo while Andre's kind of struggling to keep the combo towards the end, and he actually wins his own warm-up. And one that was pretty significantly hard as well. Actually, maybe gas is not quite so clear-cut at all.
Yeah.
Ting
Oh
rolled
my
a
god.
1.
Well, that's actually a one. That's the first time we get a one. Oh my god.
One of the last rolls of the tournament.
One.
We get a 1
Oh
roll.
my.
Can Andre roll a 1 as well? Can we get a tie?
Oh my. Can we get a tie?
One. Literally one.
Can anyone clip that on Twitch? Thanks.
Literally one in grand finals.
Stop stop
Yeah.
typing commentary thing. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, so we didn't actually see the chat where Andre rolled, but judging from what we can tell from context, it was somewhere between 1 and 100, meaning Andre won the roll. Yeah, just a bit of a glitch from the client.
I mean, Chad was moving too fast with that one reaction, I think.
Ting is going to ban Discontrolled Galaxy, the same map that he banned against Ledge. And I mean, I
Yeah.
think it's fine if he's not comfortable with it. Probably Andre has the advantage in LNs very slightly, and it is the LN focused hybrid. So I mean, kind of
Un-
reasonable.
Andre, I think he's going to be inclined with banning the SVs as
I think
probably just a safety.
I think SV is a very good choice
Okay,
to ban.
superstar.
Okay, Superstar.
Superstar.
And actually, that's really good as well. Seeing the scores from Ting yesterday, Superstar was a very impressive score from both Ting and Ledge. Both of them getting like above 99% FCs on it.
Wait, with that, Discontrolled Galaxy should the rematch not happen, we're probably going to have the first 100% ban rate chart
Yep.
in the entire tournament.
I mean, it's kind of hard to avoid when an entire stage has the same player playing all the matches, right?
Yeah.
But
And we
we're
have
gonna see a Black
Black
Ray.
Ray.
We didn't actually see this yesterday, so Andre doesn't know what Ting can do on this map in particular, but it is a hybrid map, a little bit focused on the Rice, the physicality, some bursts here and there, a lot of mini jacks in as well.
I mean, it's pretty similar to the second warm up, so might be a bit indicative.
It might end up being actually really close. Picking a hybrid first is, in a lot of cases, a little bit risky. But if it is a comfort pick for Andre, which, I mean, I imagine it would be if it's first pick, then it might end up working out. And I feel like a lot of picks, kind of in this tournament in particular, do come down to comfort a lot as well. Because when you are just inherently just uncomfortable with the reading, with the flashlight, you at least want the map you're playing to be somewhat comfortable.
Well, anyways, the first pick of the grand finals of Flat, Black Ray, has begun.
Okay, and both players doing pretty decent. Oh, a little bit of an act drop from Andre, actually pretty early, but it's still really early in the map, and it hasn't really started at all. So both players building up that accuracy at the start, and pretty soon we're going to see some of these faster bursts. And both holding on pretty well. Quite a big accuracy tank there from Ting going down to 99.2. Well, Andre kind of sat with the same accuracy the whole time,
Oh,
but
there's a
Andre
miss.
found
There's a miss.
miss and a pretty significant accuracy drop early on. So Ting is going to have the lead. The accuracy is now about tied.
Oh man. This is going to be too close, I think.
This is looking like a bit of an advantage for Ting now, but it's not that much. Ting actually dropping accuracy quite a lot now, and the accuracy is dropping just enough for it to flicker over to Andre. Andre with just a couple 400 points lead, not even 400 points.
It was like a few 200s, like around 3 to 5 200s I saw from Ting in that section.
And in the second half, we're going to see a little bit more LNs come into play as well. But if Ting wants to, I mean, there's a really, really tight lead for Andre right now, and it's all coming from that accuracy. So Ting really needs to start building up that accuracy, even though he still has the full combo. The combo lead isn't going to matter if the act discrepancy is this large, and Andre is just building accuracy higher and higher. 99.3 now. And
Oh, there's a miss from Ting. No.
Ting finds a miss. Not much accuracy dropped, but that's going to counteract the Andre miss from earlier. Meaning that now this is just going to come down to accuracy, and Andre is very cleanly winning in that department. We're getting into these LNs, and both players dropping a little bit of accuracy. But nothing too serious in the grand scheme of things. Ting finding another drop.
Andre is just building up.
Oh, and Ting really struggling with those mini jacks and the LNs.
Mini jacks and LNs just don't go together. Unless it's like shields. But they're still super difficult.
And Andre is going to looking like a pretty clean victory for the first pick of the match.
Aside from that miss, but look at that freaking combo from Andre.
Yeah, it was just the one miss at the start, but after that, there was absolutely no openings at all. Even building up the combo, building up the accuracy even higher after that. And Ting just struggling to keep up with the ending of the map there. More of the LN sections, actually, so that might be something that Andre looks for in future picks as well.
Yeah.
To target that kind of LN in the second half we saw.
It's quite rare for us to see a 45-digit difference between two players in this tournament.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of really close, even in yesterday's match, but oh, is this a gas pick? Right away from Ting.
Right away?
I was expecting contact to probably come out, but we'll see. We saw this actually banned against Ting yesterday by Ledge, but Andre being a completely different opponent here. We'll see how this turns out. We did say earlier in the warm-up that Ting actually ended up winning because of that combo advantage that he managed to build up. So we'll see if the same thing manages to occur here.
"4:20 a.m. commentary. But anyways, oh my gosh, Ting going for the petrol joke again on chat.
Okay, we'll see how this pick ends up working. This is actually quite a long pick as well, 4.5 minutes long, so the stamina is also kind of going to play a bit of a role here. So getting into the intro, and it really will come down to these choruses where the speed just really picks up during the choruses in the song.
I mean, isn't that like basically every Eurobeat chart?
Yeah. So still pretty tame.
Ting with the slight advantage, but
it's really slight accuracy lead. Feels like in some of these easier sections, Ting really does have a bit of that accuracy edge over Andre. But it's when it gets a little bit harder that might not be the case. Both players basically tied, and we're going to be getting into the meat of the chart soon. We're seeing the jacks come in more.
ooh, is that a drop from Andre?
Oh, yeah, a drop from Andre actually right at the start of this the speedier section. That's going to give a more significant lead to Ting, but it's really close still. The accuracies are still tied. Ting managing to hold the combo.
Ting's combo game has been super epic throughout the tournament.
Yeah, Andre has accuracy dropped quite a bit as well, down to 99.1. Ting is still at 99.4, basically the same as before the chorus even. Really minimal accuracy drops, like feeling pretty comfortable it seems. Oh, there's some pretty big accuracy drops from Ting actually. The accuracy is going to be quite close now, 0.1% difference. That drop is really going to, the drop earlier from Andre is what's really keeping things apart for now. But we are only halfway into the chart. As we're seeing some more of these speed patterns, a little bit of accuracy drops again from Ting. And we're getting into this really dense section.
It's actually getting quite close. Like this lead isn't enough to call.
Yeah, absolutely. And both of these players are holding on the combo, but Ting finds a
drop on the
really
trill.
big drop on the trill. And that's an accuracy drop as well. Another miss that's going to be in favor of Andre now. Unless Andre finds a drop back. It's looking like a pretty significant lead for Andre now. With the double miss from Ting and the accuracy drop as well. But Andre
with a drop. Andre with a drop again.
There's no accuracy though. There's no accuracy. Drops a Ting.
Oh, Ting! Oh my god, missing in the easy section.
Oh, that's a really unfortunate. I'm not sure if Ting would have been able to claw back the lead if he hadn't missed then, but Andre is going to maintain the lead for now because of that.
It's like 0.2% difference between these two players.
Yeah, the accuracies are quite close, but it's not close enough for Ting to be able to come back through accuracy alone, it seems.
Andre actually dropping to below 99%, so...
Unless there's a miss pretty soon, like the score lead is quite significant. And we're getting into the very last part of the chart. This is going to where everything's going to be decided.
Andre going back to 99%, Ting just holding on to the 99%.
Yeah, about an 8,000 point lead it seems.
Yeah. Ting just holding on to the 99.8, and Andre with a drop.
Is there enough time? Oh, I don't think there's enough time unless there's a big accuracy drop as well. Along with this, the lead doesn't seem to be shrinking.
Andre just goes back to 99%, so yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, actually ended up being
6,000 points.
Pretty decently close, yeah, 6,000 points difference, but Ting just not able to hold on long enough with that combo in the end. The accuracy lead is definitely with Andre, we can see here. Ratio is pretty similar. But that's going to be the first break point. Andre's going to lead 2-0 in the match from the first pick of Ting. And now Andre gets to pick for himself to try and bring that lead to 3-0. And I reckon one of the LNs is a pretty good choice. But it's going to be Scrap Syndrome instead.
First time seeing this? Or was this picked yesterday?
It was picked yesterday, actually. So this is the first time, first repeat map we've seen from Ting. Yesterday, we saw Ting get a 961k. And I think that might have been, I think that was an FC as well. So Ting FC with 961k, but there was a bit of struggle we saw with the opening trill. So we'll see if there's any big accuracy drops in the opening trill, because when these two players are so good at comboing these maps, that could definitely decide things. And Ting having a little bit of trouble hacking at the start, but we'll see what happens right now.
And those 200! Oh, 200!
That's a huge drop.
That is a lot. Oh my god.
93% and a miss.
Ooh.
Just a gigantic drop at the start of the map. And Ting now holding 99.2% FC. If he manages to hold on to this, but the accuracy's dropping down, Andre's catching up in AC. Ting needs to hold off Andre for the rest of the map in order to take back this breakpoint. But there's seems like there might be enough time for there to be a kind of comeback. Andre is now back, almost hitting that 98%, but Ting's up above 99%. It doesn't look like there'll be enough time unless we'll be finding a kind of drop from Ting, because there was that combo drop as well.
But man, that trill just hurt.
That was a painful trill. I mean, the accuracy lead is not as big as before, but it's still almost a whole percent, and we're already at the end of the map. Even if Ting misses here, I don't think it's going to be enough to give Andre the win. And it seems like Ting is going to pretty comfortably beat his score from yesterday, 971k, nice improvement. And that's going to be a breakpoint answered right back from Ting on one of the shortest maps in the pool.
Those 200s and 100s are practically just from those trills.
That was the full trill 200.
And then going for contact this time.
Okay, so this I think is a pretty good pick. I think Ting did quite decently on it yesterday. We'll see if there's any improvement. But also, we've seen Ting be one of the best SV players in this tournament. Definitely.
Ting had a 940k yesterday versus Sledge.
Yeah, we'll see if either player has practiced it a little bit more. Because this is definitely the more memorization focused of the two SV maps.
The intro slow jam just messes with the reading.
Yeah, so Andre got a couple 200s at the start there, but it's not going to be anything too serious.
We're probably going to see most of the difference of the second half of the chart.
Yeah, I can imagine the first half is going to be mostly fine for both players. There's a couple of sections actually, a couple of bursts that are quite tricky. So we'll have to look out for those, but this first section is nice and simple. Both players are doing just fine. And Andre just trying to build up the accuracy from those really early 200s. Oh, another 200 from Andre there, but a miss actually.
There's a first miss.
Andre getting a little bit flustered by those teleport SVs, but actually both players just nailed that tricky trill section. But this section is more simple than the SVs let on. It's all basically mostly like half snaps. And there's no real like fourth snaps at all, aside from just two short sections. Despite that miss, Andre's accuracy is really good, 99%. Ting is holding that full combo with 99.6, both players hitting that second tricky section. Andre dropping a little bit of accuracy.
Just some accuracy drop.
And both players hitting this transition into the slow jam pretty well. It's not quite the hard one yet. And we get another bit of an easier section after this. So after this trill, another transition into this section here. Both players nailing it.
I mean, this is like the easier, but easier
Yeah.
part of the second half.
This is nice and simple once you've gotten into the groove of it. But actually, a couple. It was a 100. Yeah. From Andre. Ting is holding pretty good overall. No one messing up the intro, but the transition into that slow jam, which can be really tricky.
This is where we saw Ledge struggle a lot already.
Ooh, actually, Ting dropping a little bit of accuracy. The accuracies are actually pretty close now. The miss from Andre is still separating the two scores though. But now we've got getting into the real section that's going to cause some misses potentially.
I saw a few 200s from Andre right there. I
So
find
now-
it interesting in both layers Ghost Tap, they basically press at the same time.
This is a very ghost tappable map. Like, this map really makes you want to ghost tap. But in this section, ghost tapping is actually quite dangerous.
Ooh,
Andre
that's a 50. That's a 50.
finding a lot, rushing a lot of those notes there. But if both players holding on to combo. Andre's accuracy is dropping though. 98%, but that's a miss.
That's a miss.
It doesn't look like there's any way. Ting is just holding so solid with these patterns here.
And beating his
a massive
beat his score.
Massive improvement from yesterday.
And with that, this match is virtually a best of 9 now.
Yep, Ting managing to tie up the score with 2 points in a row of his own. So 2-all now, and Andre gets the next pick. Wow, that was a really good score. Like, you would imagine that would be a first pick.
And Andre going for Toki.
Toki, oh, okay.
Ooh.
So this is another map we actually saw. So Andre has some info about Ting's score on this map. So this could definitely be, well, this is easily one of the hardest physical maps of the pool. But Ting did manage to squeak out an FC last time.
Yeah.
With quite low accuracy, 98.2.
8.2. Yeah, it was 98.2%.
I can only imagine Andre is going to get quite high accuracy on this. So the question is, how many misses from Andre will it take for the 98.2% FC to win? It has to be quite a lot. Quite a few.
Yeah. Unless Ting just goes bad accuracy with the FC again, like possibly worse than 98%. That was just a meme at this point.
Okay, but this map is definitely one that's really easy to find misses here and there on. Thankfully, Arcad is not here to bet his right nut this time.
Yeah. Oh, Ting with the first miss.
Ting finding a miss early on in the map also, with this accuracy drops. 98.4%, and Andre is comfortable right now, 99.55. Not really phased at all by any of these patterns.
Andre just showing a bit of his physical advantage.
Yeah, this is an incredible score from Andre so far, but the map only ramps up in difficulty towards the end. But it is a very short map. It's going to end just in a quarter left. And Ting, after that early drop, has managed to hold on to the combo really well. Andre actually finding a break, but it's returned immediately by Ting. They're going to cancel each other out. And Andre's accuracy is still much better.
Like, just barely holding on to the 99.1, and Andre with another miss, but...
A second miss at the end, but it's not going to matter.
Not gonna matter.
It's not enough time for Ting to be able to come back with those early misses and that accuracy, just not enough to make up the difference. And Andre is going to win his 3rd point. Going
Funny
to end
thing
up
is,
being
like,
3-2.
the funny thing here is that Ting got a better accuracy at this run than yesterday,
Yeah, but not the FC.
not the FC.
Our cat's left nut has been saved this time.
It's not left, it's the right one.
The right or the left one from yesterday.
Yeah.
But I wonder what Ting is going to go for. I mean, if I'm going to predict something, so the SV is out of the table. Surely it would be something like Give It To Them. Give It To Them or Ragnarok?
There we go. Give it to them. Has
Yeah.
been chosen.
So this is the one that we saw probably one of Ting's best scores on yesterday. And we'll see if he manages to replicate that today, then I think Ting has a really good chance of winning this map.
As long as Ting just manages to hold on, really. Because, like, there's a lot of sections that are just way too nutty.
Yeah, this is also a 4.5 minute map, so asking for an FC a second time is going to be pretty insane, but there are just so many places that are easy to completely choke.
And Andre with the first miss.
Actually, this isn't a place that's easy to choke just yet. That is going to be an extremely early miss. It's not going to affect the score that much because of how early it was, and the accuracy is still not too bad by Andre, actually pretty much even with Ting. So it's not going to affect the scores that much in the long run.
And Ting with a miss this time.
Hang on, this is still the intro. Ting finding an early miss. There's not going to be any FCs so early on. We haven't even gotten into the main part of the map yet. Both FCs are gone and the accuracies are pretty even.
I mean, it's just like just both of these players getting the miss, the obligatory miss out of the way.
Yeah, the choke has been gotten out of the way for both players, so now they're FC the rest of the map, right?
Hopefully.
Now we're getting into these jacks, and both of them actually are increasing their accuracy on the jack section.
How they even.
As you do, this is obviously the easier section. The intro was the hard part, that was chokeable, of course.
Yeah. And Ting with a miss.
Ting finding a miss, a second miss now, and Andre's accuracy is just shooting through the roof. 99.6 now.
How do you even?
How is the accuracy going higher?
I guess
Now with the quads and Ting's finding another miss. Ting is really struggling in this today to try and keep up this combo, and Andre, how? What?
Could we? Oh my god. Are we going to see a 99.7?
How is it still going up?
How?
This isn't supposed to be a ratio map.
Oh my god, this is 99.7.
If it wasn't for that miss at the start, this would be on pace for 990k even.
Yeah.
Andre, yeah, now with a really, really strong advantage. And it's going to take a few misses from Andre for Ting to be able to come back now, especially with his accuracy lead.
Oh man.
Both players seem to have stabilized a little bit. Andre is now chilling there, 99.68% accuracy. He's been there for a little bit now. And Ting has kind of stabilized at that 99.2% as well.
But how is Andre just maintaining this accuracy?
Yeah, we'll see if the players can maintain these scores throughout the last third with these jacks that are about to come in. Now we're starting this last section here.
Both
And as
players
the
are
quads come in, both players are faring pretty well, actually. Andre's AC is staying just about the same. Ting AC is also kind of staying about the same. But at this rate, Andre is looking like he has a very clear advantage as we're getting into the very last part of the map. And if neither player finds any misses, the lead's not going to change.
yeah.
And Andre's hit
Andre going
99.7 again. The accuracy is rising back up again. This is the act section of the map.
Imagine like the hardest section with chart is like the accuracy section.
Oh my god, 988,000 points. 3,200s,
What?
Oh, if it wasn't
Oh
for
my
that miss, if that miss didn't happen in the very intro,
That would
that
easily be 992, 993.
yeah. Well, no, it would be like 990 till 991 or something.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, if it weren't for being like almost being 5 a.m.
That is
my time, it could
insane.
have been
Ting getting
allowed.
99.3 as well. That's really good AC as well. It's just the misses that
Just the
prevented
misses.
that FC. But even if Ting FC'd this, it wouldn't have been enough to beat this accuracy from Andre. So that ended up being another breakpoint that we see in Andre's favor this time, 4-2. And now it's Andre's pick. We haven't seen any of the LN maps yet. I wonder if now is the time to start going for them.
Just like 3 more rice starts left.
Yeah, 3 rice maps left and 4 LNs. The hybrids and SVs are all out. At some point, we're definitely going to see one of these LNs come out.
What we haven't seen being played is Cinderella Cage and Pandemonium, right?
Yeah, we saw the other 2 LNs being played before. We also haven't seen Ragnarok yet, I believe, as well.
Oh, aren't they going for Pandemonium this time?
Okay, we're going to go Pandemonium. This is going to be the more technical long note map of the pool. And one that's also pretty easy to choke and misread as well with the small window of flashlight. So here we go, the first LN map, and we'll see how these players do on it. Earlier it did look like Andre had the upper hand in the LN sections of Black Ray. But this is a very different map. A little bit more tricky with the timings. And at the start here we can see a little bit of an accuracy advantage for Andre here, 99.6 just about to 99.1.
Oh my gosh, is Andre just building up his accuracy again?
Yeah, well, a bit of a slow section, So as we're getting into these patterns are going to be the real meat of the chart. But both players seeming to combo them just fine for now. A little bit of an accuracy drop here from Ting, down to 99 flat now. Andre's still sitting on that 99.6.
Andre is basically comfortable with this one.
And it's not a long map as well, it's already halfway through. A miss from Andre. That's a single miss though, there's no accuracy drop. It's still 99.6% accuracy just about. But Ting's accuracy is starting to build up. If that accuracy gets high enough, I think it's going to start to flick over the other side.
It's already starting to do so.
Yeah, I think this is enough to give Ting an advantage, but accuracy drops are not allowed at all here because this is too close. This accuracy lead Andre is almost making up the entire point difference of that drop.
And like Andre is just like starting to stretch the lead just a little bit.
Yeah, and now we can see the lead is actually pretty solidly in Andre's favor now. We're already at the very end of the map. If there's any kind of accuracy drop from Andre, though, this can flick over right away because there is still that miss. But it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. At the very end, no drops. Andre
was pretty-
980k.
980k. There's a 4,000 points difference.
Yeah,
That is
even with the miss.
That's a very good 200 count right there.
Yeah, even with the miss, it ends up being too much of an accuracy difference for Ting to be able to catch up. And Andre manages to secure a 5th point now, 5-2, and Ting really can't afford to be giving up any more points now.
And Andre just 2 more points from getting the win.
And it's going to end up being Ragnarok. So we are going to see this for the first time now.
I remember like Led just saying yesterday he cannot play this without any consent just because of how long it is.
Yeah, this is the longest map of the pool. Longest map of any pool we've had so far. Including the tiebreaker of this pool as well. It's coming in at about
5 minutes.
Yeah, over 5 minutes. And very much is the stamina pick. About 234 BPM streams for the entire length, basically. There are some break sections though.
And here we go.
And we'll see if this ends up becoming a kind of accuracy battle between these two. Because with the map being so long, the accuracy matters more than the misses, really. And there is quite a long intro at the start, so this is a time where they can just kind of chill, build up that ratio a little bit if they're able to, and both of them exactly tied, it seems, at the very start.
That's a 200 right there from Ting. Oh wait, was it from Ting or from Andre?
Looks like from Andre. For now, the accuracy is still pretty tied, but we're still very early on into the map, still with these nice and easy streams. And no massive accuracy drops so far.
There's a
But now we're
200 right there.
Now we're getting into more of the speed streams that we'll be seeing later. Some jump drills here, both players doing pretty well on them. A little bit of accuracy drop from Ting, but nothing too serious.
Here we go.
Here we go with these streams.
Both players just doing just fine.
Well, a few 200s being dropped from Ting. Andre is holding on 99.6 here, and Ting
There's a
finds a miss.
There's a miss on that jump drill.
That's going to shift the lead towards Andre now. Ting struggling a little bit, 99.2% accuracy. Andre is holding pretty strong here, 99.6 still. Been holding that since the intro. Now Ting's starting to build up the accuracy a little bit.
Now here with a bit of a break.
There is a long time. There's still a lot of the map to go. But this is definitely a nice advantage for Andre. And it would really require Andre to, I guess, find a miss at some point if Ting wants to be able to come back. And we're building up again. Building up to these streams. And Ting's accuracy now 99.4. It's slowly but surely catching up to Andre's. But that miss is still there.
Andre just maintained at 99.6, 99.68.
Yeah, the consistency here from Andre is just incredible.
Oh, there's a few 200s there from Ting. But not much of an effect on his accuracy overall.
We'll see if the stamina starts to come into play in this last quarter. As we're gonna...
There's no more break after this
Yeah,
section,
after
right?
this, there's not going to be any more break. It's going to be pretty full on for the rest of the map. So if we're going to start to see any stamina drain, any, including that, like, mental fatigue even, with the reading, if you drop that focus towards the end of the map, it could very easily result in some misses, 200s, big accuracy drops. At the start,
And there we go with the Andre with a miss.
Andre finding a miss now. The accuracy's 0.2% apart. Still in favor of Andre, so Andre's gonna keep that lead for now, but it's not looking so sure. Andre
this lead isn't safe.
Can't afford any more drops here. And there's still a fair amount of the map left as well. There's definitely time for Ting to be able to come back here if there's any more mistakes.
The players just nailing the jump drills is fine. And I think Andre's consistency from earlier the chart is just paying off.
Yeah, we're in the last section of the map, the highest intensity here. But no one is flinching, really. Andre's accuracy is still so consistent with that 99.6. Ting's accuracy managed to build up to a 99.45, but it just doesn't look like it's enough. And Andre's gonna steal that point as well. Another break point.
This is championship point for Andre now. Just one more point and he's going into his own pick.
Yeah, Ting needs to win 5 points in a row now, including the tiebreaker. But if Andre manages to win just one of those maps, he will be the winner of the tournament.
If you're Andre, what do you pick here?
I think the LN picks just look so good for Andre. Maybe even like, well, I want to see Cinderella Cage come out because we haven't even seen that on stream. But Cinderella Cage would definitely be a spicy one. I want to see what these players can play on it.
Andre go for Ukigubo.
Okay, we're going with the accuracy, the release accuracy actually, and I think this is a good pick though. We've seen in Pandemonium, we saw just like the accuracy dominance from Andre on the LNs. So continuing this into an LN map that's predominantly focused on accuracy is a pretty good pick, I would say.
I mean, this is also a very short chart, so could be a double-edged sword though. Like, any misses from both of these players would basically swing the lead immediately to the other.
Yeah, it all depends on how much Andre can flex that accuracy lead over Ting at the start of the map. If both players end up being even on accuracy, then it could go either way. And the match should be starting at some point.
I mean, either way, I think we'll be seeing the tiebreaker being played between these two players after the match, yeah. Unless like if Ting manages to get the 5 points straight. Excuse me. Well, here we go.
Here we go for tournament point
Yeah.
for Andre.
Tournament point.
And the start actually, Ting having a little bit of an accuracy lead at the start here. But it's still really early in the map, and we can see that shift right back immediately. Ting finding a couple 200s there. And Andre now cementing himself, finding a little bit of a couple 200s there as well, actually.
Yeah.
But Andre sitting around 99.6. Ting is 99.2, but building up a little bit now. Definitely not as comfortable of a lead as Andre had during Pandemonium.
Especially like, this isn't even the harder section of the chart.
Yeah, it will all come down towards this this ending definitely, but Ting got a couple more 200s in that release section just earlier. And now we see both players starting to kind of stabilize, but Ting dropping again. But
Ooh, that's a miss from Andre. Oh my god.
Andre finding a miss, but the accuracies. Is the accuracy large enough so that the miss is cancelled out? And it looks like it might be 99.57% accuracy is just so high, but
And
the
there's
second
another
miss,
drop.
and
But like,
that
this
surely
Ting
has
has
to
enough
start
time.
going towards. This surely has to start going towards Ting.
But is there enough time? Is there enough time?
2 misses, but the accuracy dropping below 99% is just not going to be good enough to be able to capitalize on this. And Andre is going to take the point. Andre is going to be the winner of Osumania Flashlight 4T tournament.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
GG's, bro.
GG. It's all over.
Congratulations to both players. We are going to have
Honestly,
our winner of the tournament after 2 years of planning. And congratulations to andreymc.
I'm already proud enough that I came second. I'm already proud enough I came second.
Great scores from both players, definitely.
So, we showcasing the tiebreaker?
I'm pretty sure we will.
Yeah, let's go for it.
I guess I'm gonna keep my mic open as well.
I mean, we don't want to hear your keyboard.
No, don't worry. I have noise suppression on.
Okay.
But yeah,
mute your mic.
GG's to Andre for winning the tournament.
Andre has been just destroying it since group stage.
To be honest, I did not expect to get even finals.
I mean, you've been doing so well. Like I've been looking at your performances, like which are saying like, this guy is definitely top 3 in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, I predicted myself to get like at least top 8, but I managed to come second, so I'm pretty proud with where I came from.
Well, here we go.
And also, Zypford's gonna beat me up behind Tesco's. Zypford, please don't come to Kent. Thank you.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go with a tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker showcase.
Let's go. Let's see these two players.
Andre says, let's see if we can FC this. I already FC this.
Ting, go mute yourself.
Go mute yourself for a minute.
The tiebreaker.
Okay, I'll mute myself. Just don't start yet.
Yeah, absolutely insane performance from both players as well. Some really, really close points that unfortunately Ting just not managing to win back. But Andre overall, with that accuracy advantage we saw on so many maps, definitely ended up being the victor here. And kind of insane, actually. Like, the players that, like, the kind of scores that we've been seeing throughout the entire tournament are, like, so much better than I had, like, initially anticipated.
I mean, if if it was like 2 years ago, and then you just told us like we won't be running this tournament until like 2021, and then we'll be seeing like one of the most stacked tournaments in Oceania's history, we'd
It
probably
was
would probably like
stupidly stacked.
we're probably just like you're a liar or something. But
Yeah,
man,
we'll see
like
how how this tiebreak is gonna end out.
like mostly Andre wishing to get the FC thing, managing to FC this like a few hours ago. Or was it a few hours ago or yesterday? I think it was during his practice run. Both players pretty comfortable with this tiebreaker. Andre with a 99.5, how do you even?
Yeah, the accuracy again we're seeing here from Andre, 99.55. Ting dropping below 99, but still with the FC, the combo god. And oh, Andre finding a miss actually. Dropping a couple there. So it's gonna potentially flick towards Ting. Unless, again, we're seeing this accuracy lead might be like too much of a
Both
gap to
players
fill.
missing at basically the same point, and
Oh.
Andre. Ooh,
Andre finding repeated misses. Actually, Ting is in front now, but they're just trading back and forth
yeah.
with the misses everywhere. So Andre now taking a firm lead. Ting dropping accuracy all the way down to 98%. And just with Flashlight, these patterns are just evil to read. You know, these scores are kind of ridiculous though. Like throughout the whole match and the whole tournament really. And it has been a pretty wild ride to watch along as well.
I mean, we literally had like both players tie at the
Oh,
third.
we did, didn't we? The tie
Yeah,
score.
it was like how many weeks have passed since group stage week? Like we just knew how stupidly stacked the tournament is when we saw group stage. How ridiculously high the scores were at that time. And the losers bracket being a war zone.
Yeah, we really did have to adjust the pools after seeing how strong all the players were. As we're getting towards the end of this map, we are seeing Andre still holding on that advantage. Not less than 10,000 points though. And both players are trading misses pretty frequently. It just, in the end, it does just look like that accuracy advantage is going to seal the deal for this map.
And that pretty much summarizes how good these two players are. Like both players are very capable of full comboing this, but this, but just the possibly fatigue from earlier, just pushing hard enough to get the
Actually,
win.
pretty close in the end, yeah.
Yeah, it's still pretty close.
that was a tiebreaker showcase. Yeah.
pretty nutty score from
I
both
got 8
players.
misses.
But
8 misses.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
close enough to a full combo, isn't it?
just to close out the last stream and close out the tournament here, massive shout outs to all the staff.
Massive
Toshiro
shout out.
Ken over here for staying up to stream a billion matches in the tournament. We have all the people who helped map select. We have ArtCat. Okay, there's a lot of names.
Arcat, Mifa, Juan,
Logan, One,
Logan,
How to Play
how to play
LN,
LN,
and Lenpai as well.
Lenpai.
And thanks to the organizers for making this insane tournament.
Yeah, thanks, Surf.
Thank you, Potassium.
All the streamers, all of the refs, because without everyone else, this would have collapsed pretty fast under the unexpectedly large turnout of players.
Shoutouts to Logan, shoutouts to Oleka as well for sponsoring staff supporter tags, especially for the streamers.
Yeah, so just a massive shout out to everyone. I hope everyone had fun. This was just kind of a dumb fun tournament that ended up being a little bit bigger than that. But in the end, I feel like it would have been a fun experience for everyone. So I hope it all ended up being pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean,
And thanks
we're
to
not.
Seth for reffing this match.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
with that, we are going to sign off for the last time. So
Is it
see
last
you
time?
guys. Yeah.
Is it the last time? I mean,
Are we gonna do
we still haven't done our losers bracket finals from that Flashlight Cup from years ago, right? I mean, me and Potassium had that match from
We can
years
save
ago
that for a
didn't
different time.
happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so for now then, see you guys, and we'll be closing the stream. Bye.
See you guys in the next
Bye.
tournament, if there even is one.
Possibly a different host. I'm not sure. But anyways,
We'll see.
how many times are we going to close out?
Okay, for real this time. For real this time.